just have that interim dividend flash, but the numbers by themselves look very strong, and which is why the stock has gained 12.5%. Okay, let's get in our guests on the screen, on the show. Vijay Chopra, MD and CEO of Enoch Ventures, joins us to talk about the fundamentals. Ajit Mishra, SVP Research at Religare Broking, to talk about the technicals. Gentlemen, both of you, thanks so much for taking the time out. A bit of a recovery, but not so much in the bank nifty, unfortunately. Ajit, how are you characterizing this afternoon's move? Is it stability, or does it still look bearish?
Yeah, good afternoon, Neeraj. So I feel it's just a leader because Neeraj, we have tested with long-term moving averages, 200 EMA in the at the beginning of the trade itself, and while the Nifty is still at test 50 EMA, so it's a kind of a complete contrast that we are seeing when it comes to the Nifty and banking alignment. Good part is that yes, since we have tested 200 EMA, so there is a possibility that we might see some either a consolidation in the banking index, and 44,500 will continue to act as an area of support. And the other sector basically, what we are seeing today also, that IT and select index measures like LNT, they are pushing the markets higher and helping the index to again reclaim 20 EMA when it comes to the Nifty. So I think it's more going to be a consolidation phase with the bias on the negative side until we see that Nifty, consistently hold above this 21,550 levels, and we see some stability in the private banking measures also. So as of now, it's just a meter, I believe, that our participants should look at.
Okay. And are there any ideas that you're playing with this afternoon, Ajit?
Yeah. So stock specific, definitely we have pharma doing exceptionally well, and we feel that considering this volatility, we are not going to see this pause in this kind of choppiness, and especially in the broader indices yesterday there was a cut off around 3%, and today we are up nearly 1.5% in both the cap and small cap names. So it's prudent that one should stay with the defensive when it comes to the long trade, and Dr. Reddy is one such name. Wherein we have seen a fresh base formation and the stock is set for the next leg of move. So 6150 is something that we are eyeing in Dr. Reddy's, with stop at 5790 one can look at for fresh longs. And at the same time, do maintain few shorts also, considering that we are not going to see this recovery almost vertical. So stock like Bata India, where we have seen fresh breakdown below the previous swing low, is offering fresh opportunity to go short in. So 1330 is what we are eyeing in Bata India. So with stop at 1535, one can go short in Bata.
Okay. Well, we'll take an overarching view from Vijay Chopra on the markets at large in a bit. But Vijay, just very quickly, I wanted to take off from where Tamanna left off with Purvankara. I guess you got to probably hear a part of
rupees. Vijay Chopra thinks can go up to 22 or 23. Ajit, I want to get a sense from you on what kind of plays you're looking at pre-budget. And of course, we're seeing the revival of interest after a small gap, I would say, in your public sector enterprises. You saw how one statement and one intent on solar panels has seen a whole host of companies run up. What would be on top of your list right now if you wanted to look at it from the point of view of a budget play?
So Tamanna, considering that we are seeing volatility in the market, and we are in the middle of the earnings season, and despite the outperformance that we are seeing from the US market, just a single sector like banking had completely derailed the overall tone that we were seeing in the market. So instead of being aggressive, I feel that sticking with the sectors which are showing consistency in the trend, like IT and pharma, these are the names that I am currently looking at and recommending to our clients as well. So IT majors, TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, these are the preferred names alongside with some of these pharma names like Lupin, Dr. Reddy's that we are currently tracking.
That's the view. And you know what, I want to talk to Vijay a bit later on about a couple of the ideas that he's given in slight more detail. But for now, just a tilt towards some of the businesses that are going to come out with numbers and just try.
IDBI Bank, Hatco, Alok Industries. Just look at some of these. Motilal Oswal, Neeraj spoke about it a little while earlier. on the back of the numbers. That stock about 9.5% up. SJVN, the renewables space, especially your solar renewable space, continues to buzz and shine. Actually, Borosil Renewables was 7.5% up. Let me go across to Ajit. Mishra, any of these that you're tracking, Ajit, and are you convinced about this, solar renewable story working out on the charts? Anything that you think is worth picking up even now?
So, Tamanna, this has been there for almost several months, and especially if you talk about RSC, DSC, they were among the front runners, within this tally. And I think that now, since we are in the earnings season, a lot depends upon the earning announcements, and accordingly, we'll see the reaction in the stocks as well after this, tremendous performance. And as I've been mentioning that, the broader market looks slightly wobbly, after the yesterday's decline, though we have had these kinds of single day decline earlier also. But I feel that now the situation looks, slightly stretched, more stretched, in the broader indices. So keeping that in mind, I feel that sticking with the names wherein we are seeing consistent buying. So cement is one such stock wherein we are seeing consistency in the trend, means the stock is holding around this record high. There was hardly any correction during this recent decline in the index, and set for the next leg of the up move as well. So cement is one such stock that one can in fact currently look for fresh buying, with the stop at 1140 and 4350, 4400 is something that we are eyeing. Alongside with that, Godrej Consumers from the FMCG space also we find after this recent retracement, good enough to accumulate at the current levels, and 1230 is something that we are eyeing in the near future. So Godrej CP can also be bought with stop at 1135.
Okay. Vijay?
55% to 547 crores. That's the expectation at this point. Revenue is 27%. EBITDA margins also may expand, but sales is what is going to be driving TVS Motors in all likelihood. Ajit, a quick call for you on either of these companies, and may I add Hero also to the mix?
So, Tamanna, among these three names, I feel that Bajaj Auto, because we have already seen a marginal dip towards the short-term averages. The stock has retraced from 7,400 mark to 6,900 before the numbers, and now we are seeing a bit of a recovery again. So, if anyone is planning any trade before the numbers, then Bajaj Auto should be the preference. And since we have the numbers and the stock have moved up very sharply from 5,000 to 7,400. The prudent approach is to look for option strategy by buying 7,200 call and shorting 7,500 call, or if in case if you are long in the futures, you can hedge it through by buying 7,000 call.
Vijay, which ones do you like among at least these three players? Bajaj, TVS, and Hero.
I think Hero has moved up quite a bit. Bajaj still, I think, has the potential. So let's see how the results come out. Again, my first choice would be Bajaj, followed by TVS, and then Hero Motor. Okay,
Bajaj, TVS, and Hero in that order. The other big numbers, of course.
Those. Okay, Ajit, it's about time. Can you tell us a BTST or an STBT strategy, as the case may be? 8 minutes to go.
So, Neeraj, we've recommended 4 stocks, and in case if somebody is planning any fresh trade at the current levels, I still feel that cements and Dr. Reddy's are 2 candidates that one can definitely buy even at the current levels and carry for tomorrow.
Okay, so those are the ideas from Ajit. Vijay, I was just wanting to quiz you on one of the ideas which you mentioned, Symphony. Now, great stock that provides you a BTST opportunity. I don't know if you already recommended something out there, but if not, can you look up the charts of a Tata Steel or Hindalco or some such and tell me, or an Alco,
Copper, all of them,
because they are all
this afternoon.
Yeah, all buzzing today.
Yes, so Neeraj, in fact, I would rather prefer Tata Steel instead of any other name, considering that we have not seen the kind of quantum that we have seen in the other middle majors in the recent run, and there's a possibility, what the charts are indicating, that this 1.5 years consolidation is likely to end in Tata Steel, and maybe tomorrow could be that day. So, and the best part is that we've hardly seen any major correction, during the down days also, when the other metal majors were reacting. So we have a very strong base around 129. So the risk reward is also favorable. And once we cross this, the previous record high hurdle around 144, 145, there could be a next leg of the up move and maybe the catch-up move that is missing in Tata Steel. And alongside with Tata Steel, I like this Hind Copper also that we have recommended to our clients also today. And we are eyeing 285 to 90 in the short term with stop at 264.
Look at UCO Bank responding positively to its numbers, markets near days highs.
From all of us here who put this show together, thanks so much for tuning in.